more in the coming days. Based on the reports, he's narrowing his search to a handful of teams. Reports are that Harbs is doing due diligence on vacancies with young franchise quarterbacks. Right? John Harbaugh's agent, Brian Harlan, told ESPN's Adam Schefter that in the first 45 minutes after Harbaugh was fired on Tuesday, Harlan received calls from 7 NFL teams expressing interest in his client, and at least one of those teams had a head coach that was still in place. Harbaugh, 63, ranks 12th for most wins by a head coach in NFL history with 193 and has guided the Ravens to a Super Bowl title in 2012. In leading the Ravens for 18 seasons, Harbs was the second longest active coach in the league behind Mike Tomlin. He's the only coach in NFL history to win a playoff game in each of his first five seasons. Harbs is also the only coach to guide a team to the AFC Championship game in three of his first 5 seasons. That's the good. The other side of the game is that Harbs hasn't won multiple playoff games since the Super Bowl run in 2012. Harbs is a proven program builder that hasn't had top-end success in a while. He might be this generation's version of Mike Holmgren, a great floor raiser, but not the coach to put you over the top. He's the coach before the coach. So the question I have to you all is, what team is the best fit for a coach of that ilk?
Ooh, the coach before the coach.
You just put a negative spin on John Harbaugh. I want to make sure I'm understanding this properly. Is that what you just did?
I don't think it's a negative.
I think it is if you're telling me, let's just say the Green Bay Packers are open, just for argument's sake.
Because that's where a lot of connectivity is coming.
You're saying don't hire him, because that's not the coach before the coach. Matt LaFleur is the coach before the coach in that spot.
Yeah.
So you would not hire John Harbaugh if you're the Green Bay Packers?
I don't know that John Harbaugh is the coach that's going to put you over the top right now in today's NFL. Remember, the NFL is a very different world in 2025, 2026 than it was in 2012 when he won a championship.
Right.
It's a very different world. It's a very different game.
And a very different set of athletes in the locker room, too.
No doubt about it. In personality, style, this generation of athlete is a lot different than guys from yesteryear. These athletes want to have a lot more input. They want to have a lot more say. They want to have a lot more influence on what happens in their careers, i.e. what happens in terms of being able to outline a path for team success. So yeah. I'm not saying that Harbaugh can't have success. I'm not saying that he can't guide a team to the championship rounds. What I am saying is that he's the coach that is a proven floor raiser. Mike Holmgren, the show, hell of a coach. Green Bay and Seattle only won 1 championship, though. Remember, so he got Seattle to the big game, and they lost to Pittsburgh, but he got them there.
Yeah.
I guess my whole point is this. If you want somebody that's a floor raiser, somebody that can get the most out of your people, for the most part, in terms of regular season success, and give you a chance to get to the playoffs consistently, and maybe even win a playoff game, John Harbaugh is your guy. But if you're looking for somebody to take you over the top, like what happened with John Gruden after the Tampa Bay Bucks got rid of Tony Dungy, I don't know that John Harbaugh is that.
So then is the Browns the right answer to your question that you posed? No?
I don't think so.
Why? Because they could certainly use some stability.
I don't think John Harbaugh wants to go to the Browns.
I think the Titans are the right answer based on that category. If that's the question under that category that I'm answering, the answer would be the Titans.
I love that. I love that fit. I love that fit.
Why wouldn't you go with someone who has more of an offensive mind that you know could work with Cam Ward?
I don't care about an offensive mind if I have he's all 3 phase coach. He'll figure that part out. He'll be fine. Look at Lamar. He helped make him into an MVP. Now Lamar helped make John Harbaugh into an MVP-winning coach, so to speak.
But John Harbaugh already won a Super Bowl before Lamar got there.
So right. I think under your premise, under your category of here's where I'd like you to place John Harbaugh, the best answer to that question would then be Tennessee. I just don't know if I agree with the premise. I need to think about it more. It's a very interesting premise, and it's one I have not heard someone bring up yet.
Next,
number 1.
Matt LaFleur to discuss the future of the team with President Ed Policy on Monday. Ev, can you get your tree hat on?
Oh
please?
My gosh! Again?
Okay.
Well, we have a lot to talk about here.
All right.
So.
So coming off of an 18-point collapse to a division rival in the playoffs, LaFleur is in the crosshairs of the criticism toward the Pack. LaFleur is entering the final year of his contract, and the head coach declined to answer whether or not he would accept coaching as a lame duck in 2026. Now, the relationship between LaFleur and Packers team president Ed Policy has been characterized as positive and supportive. But 3 blown double-digit second-half leads to the Bears in the last 5 weeks that resulted in 2 losses to go along with the franchise having 3 straight playoff losses for the first time in team history is a tough sell for an organization to stay the course. 79-46-1 is LaFleur's record with no Super Bowl appearances and essentially having the highest paid quarterback in the league in the entirety of his tenure. Something has got to give. Now, again, they've played the Green Bay Packers 3 times in the last 5 weeks. That's 185 minutes of game time, if you factor in the overtime as well. The Chicago Bears have led for a grand total of 1 minute and 43 seconds and have 2 wins. If that ain't coaching, I don't know what is.
Say that again? That is unbelievable.
The Green Bay Packers have played the Chicago Bears 3 times in the last 5 weeks.
Yes.
185 minutes of game time when you include the overtime in the second game. The Chicago Bears have led for a grand total of 1 minute and 43 seconds across those 3 games.
1-4-3. Love it.
That is sickening.
How do you sell?
Sickening.
How do you sell to your fans that that's the right coach to win us a championship with Jordan Love as our quarterback?
Answer that question, Smalls, about your team. Coming up next.
Oh,
Great little
please.
cheese right there.
17th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. before it heads to Miami. Don't miss it. We are on Sportsmanlike here on ESPN Radio. ESPN2, we are presented by Progressive Insurance. The Chicago Bears do it. They come back from 21-3 down to beat the Green Bay Packers 31-27 on Saturday night. An all-time collapse from Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers. We'll focus on that part of it in a little bit. But first, on the Bears part of it, Smalls. Well, you're a Packers fan.
Come to me first on the Bears part of it all? Okay.
Yes. So has Caleb Williams officially lived up to the hype for you?
No.
No, after that?
No. Listen, shaky to start.
Sorry, my hair is a little...
No, you did not.
Sorry. Oh,
You traitors. How
Go ahead,
dare
what were you saying?
you?
What?
These 2, who I thought were my teammates and friends, just busted out the cheese grater hats.
We're talking Bears.
Here, live on Sportsman. How did you procure these? On
Don't worry
Sports
about it.
Doesn't
Partners?
matter.
Doesn't matter.
You too?
We got
Doesn't matter.
sources.
You too?
Doesn't matter, yeah.
I expect this from one Evan Cohen, but you, CC,
Yep.
in the basking in the joy and bliss of your newborn son, you're gonna do me like this?
OKC hooked us up.
Well, I think my son might have had something to do with it because you know my wife is a diehard Chicago
Boom.
Bears fan,
That
born
is
and bred
right.
Chicago, and he was born this week. So good things for the city of Chicago were bound to happen.
So you're telling me your son is the Bears' good luck charm?
Might be.
Well, I can't hate on that.
Or actually, it might be Matt LaFleur. He might be the Bears' good luck charm.
That's what I was going to say, because I know we want to focus on the Bears.
Well, that backfired for him then.
No, but for real. I know that we want to focus on the Bears part of this, and Caleb Williams definitely deserves some credit because he wasn't great early on, and then he found that poise. 4th quarter Caleb, I can't take you too seriously with these hats on, but 4th quarter Caleb, as he's called, 7 come from behind victories this season. You knew that a lead was not safe. I was watching that game, and even though they're up 21-3 at half, I'm like,
You mean what?
Were
We
you talking
were
about
right.
Jeff Halfley?
I'm going to tell you something.
He started all this.
No,
he's the one in his
And
introductory.
he backed it up.
He did. But also, he was given a gift. He was given a gift, and they took advantage of it. But I'll just say this. I always complain about rivalries dissolving in sports. I love what Ben Johnson started here. I love that he had the guts to say it in his presser, and now he backed it up. And for 2 teams and 2 franchises and 2 fan bases who absolutely hate each other, this rivalry has been infused with a whole lot of juice. And that I do love.
Yeah, it's Ben Johnson started it. The next sentence in theory would be, well, Matt LaFleur is going to finish it. Or maybe Ben Johnson finished Matt LaFleur. That's the problem with this hypothetical. The rivalry obviously is 100 years old, right? And a rivalry is juiced up after this weekend. But who's involved in it is a whole other conversation, which we will get to on the Packers side. But CC, the roller coaster of analysis based on play that you and others have had with Caleb Williams coming in, I think this guy's the real deal. Last year, I didn't love what I saw. This, that, the other thing. This year, you fully believed in him. You and I both sat there and said, boy, can we pipe down on Ben Johnson? They combined Parcells, Belichick, Mike Tomlin, and Lombardi into one before he ever coached a game. They backed it up. They backed it up.
Is he going to have a statue outside Soldier Field already?
I mean, they backed it up. How about Ben Johnson and Caleb on Saturday night?
Seriously, you act like they want to, you know?
Yeah, you act like they want to. Here's the thing. Caleb Williams, did he play a perfect game? No. But